it's a strange one.
Let me ask you a question. I did ask you this earlier, and you obviously did what you usually do, which is avoid the question.
No, I didn't.
Okay, so would you take David De Gea back? Is the first question.
Oh, it's a great question. 03717
I'm asking Andy Goldstein.
Yeah, great question.
Would you take?
Yes, I would.
And would you make him your number one?
I don't know.
It's either yes or no. He's not.
I don't know. Why can't it be? No, I don't know. I don't know the answer.
Okay,
to it.
what would you like to see happen? There you go.
You've learned so much from me.
What would you like to see happen?
What would I like to see? Okay, I don't think he should go back to the club.
Okay.
Because of the way we treated him when he left.
Yeah.
We didn't even know he'd left. It literally was like, whose keys are these? Oh, he must have gone then. It was that.
Yeah.
And I mean, for someone that's been at the club and has been player of the year on numerous occasions for Manchester United, he's there 12 years, over 400 games. And look, towards the end of his time there, he made some awful mistakes.
Remember last season you said he's at the top table?
No, last season I said... No, you misquote me, Benny. I said he's dined at the top table.
No, you said he still dines.
Dined at the top table. Irrelevant what I said then.
I think it is disgusting the way they treated him, the way he left, because the guy, I think he won Player of the Year so many times.
Was it 5 or 4?
Was it 4 on a spin?
Yeah, I think so.
As well, something crazy. I think that's quite poor from his perspective. But I can understand for him. I know a lot of people are probably saying, don't go back the way they treated you, but at the end of the day, he hasn't got a job. Like I don't know if anyone's been in for him or the offers that he's received haven't been good enough, but a goalkeeper of his level, or certainly the level he's been at, he should be someone's number one somewhere. Now, if he goes back to United...
Why isn't he, Benny?
Well, I think we heard Brad Friedel in the little package talk about the emphasis on goalkeepers now is not necessarily the fundamentals, which used to be coming for crosses, shot stopping, that type of stuff. It's can you simply play with your feet? And the way that Manchester United want to play, one thing you'd have to give to Onana is his feet. I know at times it makes me nervous.
You say that, right? Do you see the United game on... What day is it today?
Against Copenhagen.
Thursday. Yeah, right?
Tuesday.
There was a moment where he found himself just behind the centre circle, right? And then he looked up, and then he had like Harry Maguire to his left or his right, whatever, and then no one really made a run, and he smacked it 30, 40 yards, and he just went out for a throw-in.
Yeah.
And I'm like, how does that benefit Man United?
No, it doesn't, but listen, one thing he is more comfortable on the ball than David De Gea, that's a fact. I think at times he's a little bit too comfortable, which makes me a bit nervous. You know when he just rolls the ball on top of his foot, I'm like, I don't like that.
Yeah.
And we saw it against Galatasaray where they set traps for him. All of us, like, when he's got the ball, as soon as he passes it, then you go.
Yeah. And he's been caught out as well.
He has been caught out, but I think for David De Gea, it's a road back in. And as you said, Onana's going to be away on the African Cup of Nations.
Sure. If they get knocked out in the group stages, he might be gone a week.
He might potentially, but at the minute, David De Gea's just doing nothing. He's just sitting there twiddling his thumbs.
I just feel for him.
And mate, even if they get him back right, I know he's going to want to play, but he deserves it. You talk about a guy...
No, he does deserve a much better send-off than he got. We didn't get one.
Even if they got the chance to do that again.
Yeah.
That's something.
But he's only 32 years old, David De Gea. Imagine going back to the club where he's loved, right? And he's going to play second fiddle.
Well, you start going through the Premier League table, right? And you start going, all right, where could he go? Like that's what they think. He's not going to go to Tottenham, is he? They've got a new goalkeeper. He's not going to City. He's not going to Arsenal. Liverpool.
I'll straight away give you one. Newcastle.
But you think he's better than Pope?
Yeah.
Well,
do you?
Again, I think
they're both not great with their feet.
But I think De Gea's better with his feet than Pope is.
There you go.
But Pope was good last year.
I'd say West Ham.
Potentially. West Ham. Well, Areola.
Yeah. I'd say Chelsea without a shadow of a doubt.
Yeah, there is Chelsea in that as well. Yeah,
there's big teams he can go to.
But this is my point. It's either down to the fact that maybe he doesn't fancy the offers that he's received, or no one's just gone, no, not for us. But you're right, with them teams there you've just mentioned, and I think there's more than that.
I haven't got the league table in front of me, but I'm sure I can come up with more than that. But Chelsea's top of that list, right?
Yeah, Sanchez. He's better than Sanchez, I think.
Is it embarrassing him going back to United?
No, I don't think it's embarrassing. He's going to one of the biggest. I know he's going back as a number 2, but it's the biggest club in the world.
I know.
One of.
I know, but it's like me leaving Drive and coming back and working behind you. I do think with David De Gea, I'm really, really confused as to why we've not even read a story about him being linked to any other club, not just Premier League, but any other club. He was linked to
Real Madrid.
Yeah, and then Kepa got it. All right, that's the only club he's been linked to. So that surprises me. But I just don't know how I'd feel as a United fan seeing him sat on the bench. So here's the thing: you look at your club, right? And Ramsdale, I don't think he's put a foot wrong.
No.
Okay, literally not a foot wrong. And then for whatever reason, we still don't know, he's put on the bench, and then you've got a new goalkeeper, David Raya, coming in, right? Now, as an Arsenal fan, you're looking at Ramsdale, you think, you know what? He's not been that long. Loads and loads of people raised their eyebrows when you paid a lot of money for him, when you thought, well, we've got...
we had Leno in goal.
Yeah, but Leno, right.
And Arteta was quite ruthless in the way that he changed them two.
Yeah, but you thought Ramsdale was coming in, okay, fine, he's going to be... And then all of a sudden you went, wow, what a difference, what a keeper. And then he's on the bench. Arsenal fans will be looking at that when your current goalkeeper makes mistakes, going, well, why is he not? I just wonder if you've got a manager in Erik Ten Hag who's paid nearly £50 million for a goalkeeper. If he starts making mistakes with Onana, if he's going to be brave enough to go, I don't care how much I've paid the other fella now, David De Gea, warm up.
I think
that won't happen.
That's the big thing. But I think in that type of scenario as well, I think for Arteta, like, he almost has that courage of his conviction, because he's the one who's made the decision. A lot of people raised eyebrows when they went for David Raya, even though he's on loan. But to take Ramsdale out as ruthlessly he did and put Raya in, Arteta almost has got to stand by his decisions.
Yeah.
And I think a little bit with Ten Hag. Ten Hag wanted to move on David De Gea, wanted a goalkeeper that could play with his feet. I almost feel like, even if part of Erik Ten Hag thinks, you know what, I know they're struggling a bit here, I think the worst thing he wants to do is bring back David De Gea.
Yeah,
so eight looks like he got it wrong.
Yeah, that's exactly it.
And so he's probably thinking, well, do you know what? I don't need that type of
And then
problems.
what were the owners and what were the fans think? Well, so David De Gea is now your number one again. We wasted £60 million.
No,
So what happens if he's away, right, on AFCON duty?
Yeah.
And in that time, let's say he's gone for 3 weeks, and David De Gea gets man of the match after man of the match.
And he's unbelievable.
Right? Do you drop him?
That's the thing. But I don't think Erik Ten Hag wants that type of issue. So from his perspective, I can understand why he's like, do you know what? Because I think it's all well and good sometimes you thinking, I don't know, just in front of your face, you go, okay, I'm thinking about this weekend and the next weekend.
Yeah.
But in his head, he's got to be sitting there thinking, well, hold on a second here. If I bring a guy back who was a fan's favourite, Onana's been a bit ropey as it is, all of a sudden he goes to AFCON and David De Gea has a storm, like a unbelievable. What do I do then? I'm the one who made the decision to let him go. So he'll almost, do you know what? We'll leave that. I'll try and get another goalkeeper.
We'll take calls in a minute on it. Do you think he'll come back to United, David De Gea? Do you think he should if he gets the offer?
If he gets the offer, then yeah. Because I always think some job is better than no job.
Okay, yes.
And also he's keeping himself fit by being around.
And putting himself in the shop window?
Yes.
Okay. And do you think he will get that opportunity?
No, I don't think Ten Hag will do it.
talkSPORT Drive with Andy Goldstein. Monday to Friday afternoon from 4 on AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.